Hi, my name's Joseph Brewster, and I'm an artist. Describing my style of photography is really difficult for me. It's always more complicated in your head as an artist, but I would say conceptual art, which involves photo manipulation and mixed media. I think what I realized early on is I like to do a lot of things, and so the act of expressing and creating something was more important to me than the medium I was doing it with. So from a young age, I was using pencils or pens or whatever I could to create something, but at the bottom of all that's going to be this desire to explore what it is to be human through the act of making art. You know, I think art is just, when you're growing up, art is something that adults encourage you to do, and they're constantly putting crayons in your hand and giving you pieces of paper and crafts. And then as you start reaching a certain age, you get the vibe that all those things are really great, but now you got to do real things. You've got to go into a field where you'll actually make money. So I think one of the biggest hurdles for me was just a mentality I had in my head that this isn't something people make money with. It's really integral to human society, but it's maybe not valuable in some sort of monetary way. I want people to ask questions of their world, but primarily of their own identity. Most of my work is focused around exploring identity and just asking, what is it that makes us us? What about that might be more stable, and what about that might be more fluid? So I think for me, the impact is saying, how can we take some of the things that we feel as humans that are only interior in our experience and bring them out in art so that you can see something like the effects of mental health in a physical way through a conceptual painting or a conceptual photograph. The sort of pain or struggle that might be only internal for people, besides the ability of art and music to sort of bring that out. You gotta do it all the time. And sometimes you don't have to make money just doing the things that you love. I think I ruined my love for art for a minute when I tried to start a business based around the things that I enjoyed, and I killed my own passion, so to speak. I think you've always got to be doing it for a reason that's deeper than money. Even while you want to have good business practices and you want to acquire clients that share the values that you have, at the end of the day, you need to come home and still do it for you. And whether money comes in or not, you've got to keep doing it for you. And I think that will be the difference between feeling like you're accomplishing something on a grander scale in the world, or just feeling discouraged, like you're just serving the interest of a corporation with your skills. I grew up with parents who were counselors and a father who's a minister, and I was constantly thinking about the value of human life and the human experience, even from a really young age. So I think one thing that was important to me about expression is that so often we interact with other people on a very surface level, and you can still go home and feel like no one knows you, and you deal with a sort of internal loneliness even in a crowd. And I think in art, as a quiet kid who was a bit introverted, I was able to say things that I didn't know how to actually articulate to people with words. So the art gave me an opportunity to express sometimes pain, sometimes pleasure or joy in ways that I couldn't do it with my words. I just didn't know what to tell people, and I wasn't comfortable enough in conversations with people to actually have that conversation. So art was my conversation.